Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming again to my podcast, Posh Overnight with the Princess. I'm very happy to see you, and I have a great guest tonight. First of all, I would like to thank my producer, Sarah. She's always very helpful, and I'm very proud to represent IQ Podcasts. And I'm at beautiful Coronado. Even at night is so pretty here. We are just very blessed to be in San Diego. The reason why I'm so excited about the guest tonight is because, first of all, I've known our guest for over 10 years, and she's one of the most supportive people from our community. Her name is Diane Cavagnaro, and she's a master milliner. I'm extremely excited to talk about her, and I'm not going. I'll be brief because there's so much to be said about her. It's going to take us a while. She's a multifaceted individual, not only because she's a master millionaire, but because she's a journalist. And her beautiful studio in Alpine, where we're going to be able to have a virtual tour, creates beautiful hats and headpieces, and they adorn the hats of socialites, stars, celebrities, and they wear them proudly at a Royal Ascot, at Kentucky Derby, at Dubai, in so many different places. She's been working with incredible fashion designers, and she's a designer herself. I'm extremely excited. Also, she's a recipient of many awards, and she participated in a book recently, but she's going to tell us more about that. Good evening, Diana. Welcome to my show, Posh Overnight. I'm very happy to see you tonight. You look beautiful, and we both wear black and red.
You look beautiful too. Thank you so much for inviting me to be on your podcast. I'm so excited to share my love for millinery with your viewers.
We have viewers from all over the world, and as a matter of fact, many people contacted us because they want to know. We usually see the creations on people's hats, but we don't really know anything about the process. Even myself, and I love etiquette, so I always loved hats and fascinators and the hat pieces. And you have such an incredible collection that I think that everyone will be very excited to see. And I'm seeing that this is your beautiful studio from the rustic Alpine. First of all, I would like to know how everything started for you. What happened? How did you decide to go into this direction?
Well, I was working in costuming at the Old Globe Theater and then decided to go into millinery there. I was really excited to learn how to make hats because the hats in the stores didn't fit my head. And so I worked there for 2 years, and I went to school and got my fashion degree, and then went on from there and started my business. And I just had a love for hats. I have pictures when I'm 5 years old wearing hats.
Well, the hats actually are it's such a sophisticated creation. Is the finishing touch of every outfit for the lady, and many people think that the hat making is more of a vintage and not definitely not an outdated practice because many people are wearing hats, but it's something not so traditional. It's not so common. And I'm seeing every time I've seen you at events, you're always wearing hats, and I just love everything what you do. So tell us more about the whole process. And I know that you're going to introduce us to every single room in your beautiful boutique.
Well, say you can't have a bad day if you have a hat on. It just raises your spirits and it makes you joyful. And I'm going
That's
to
very
start
true.
off tour of my studio and start off with my Bow Wow collection, talking about something that's going to put a smile on your face. Here is my Bow Wow collection, and you cannot help but look at this without putting a smile on your face. Now, this is made
Truly.
out of cinnamon, and this is a percher hat. Percher hats are really popular for all the women going to the races around the world. And I did a little bit of everything with my Bow Wow hats. I made a beret, fascinator, and here is a basket full of puppies. Isn't that so cute? And I hand felted all of these, and then the raffia frame basket was hand woven by me. And in a minute, when I take you to the other room to see my raffia, I'm going to show you how I actually weave that. And
Oh,
then
this is
there's
amazing.
two more.
I've never seen anything like it. How did you come up with the idea about the Bow Wow collection?
Well, it was during COVID, and I thought, people are stressed and they need something to put a smile on their faces, and you can't help but look at this and not just smile. It's just kind of a
It's
joyful
just
collection.
absolutely cute and adorable.
And
Very,
of course,
very
this is
pretty.
rep- is a look of my dog Lamb Chop.
Oh, lamb
It's a
chop.
little
That's such a
miniature of
cute
my
name.
Lamb Chop.
You're just incredibly creative because, how I said, I've seen different types of hats, but I've never seen such a intriguing and different collection as the Bow Wow collection. Can you introduce us? How much is one of the those pieces of one of the Bow Wow? Because I'm sure that is a boutique style. Is only one
Yes,
of
it's one
each.
of a kind. Yeah, and my hats range from 300 to $1,200, depending on how much time I put in it and how much the materials cost. So they're all a little bit different in price.
Yes,
I wanted to
it's just
show
very
you
beautiful.
that I do is buckram, and these are
Oh
buckram
yes, tell us
hats
about it. This
here.
is the 20th century in the 1920s style.
Oh, this is a boater hat, and I'm actually going to be teaching this class at Mesa College in the fall. And Karl Lagerfeld always and Chanel used to use this shape a lot. Anyway,
Yes,
buckram, remember, I was having a conversation with you about how a lot of milliners had to close their shops last year, and then the ones that were trying to continue operating couldn't find a lot of the supplies. And Buckram is one of them. The factory that does this actually closed. So we don't know what's going to happen in the future. And a lot of milliners have had to think outside of the box and what else can they do to make hats differently than what they did. And so try, I tried a new material, and this is Posh shape. And I tried seeing if that would work. And I have a little sample here to show you. This is
yes.
buckram,
Oh, this is
and but
very,
they're
yes, very
this
different though.
is and this is Foss shape. And you heat this up, and it'll go into any shape you want. Now they use this in costuming, so it's not really durable for long wear in millinery. But I don't know what else we're going to do. So I'm hoping that eventually the factory will reopen.
You mean that the factory is actually
Now, another
closed
thing that I
for
do,
completely? They're not coming back for the next probably 1 or 2 years. The
probably
factory
not,
is
everything is
closed.
so slow. All the milliners are having a hard time getting started again because you can't get your materials and your supplies, and then a lot of them have gone out of business. So it's kind of a conundrum. But
Yes,
we're all
because
thinking outside of the box and thinking what we can do
yes,
to keep
because
it
everybody's
going.
thinking. I agree. I agree. So tell us more about. So this was the background, and how about the fascinators? You mentioned that you have a fascinators. I love fascinators.
Here's my, and I do a lot of the fascinators. They're also called perchers, and all of them going to the races like to wear these perchers. And this particular one, straw hat, is called my travel hat. And I did a tutorial on Hat Talk magazine in London that just came in April on that, which was real exciting. And then
All
I've
of them
got
are
a
very,
couple
very
more
pretty.
of
So
my other straw.
Okay, that's great. Can you tell me
Yes,
how
and so
long does it take you to create a hat? One hat, this red one, for example. How much time do you put into it? I
well,
don't know if you
an
can hear
average
me.
hat would start at 6 hours.
Oh, 6 hours.
It depends if I dye it. This one, I dyed this one, so that adds more time to it. And then if I make the embellishment, or if I do a lot of hand beading, it could go up to 20 hours or even more. So um, it starts at about 6 hours for an average fascinator, small hat with not a lot on it. Then it goes up to 20,
I
30. I
see.
spend a lot of time doing a lot of intricate handwork.
So this
People
is for
at
for a master
millinery are doing a
milliner,
lot of
but
handwork.
yes.
So
How about some of your students? How long is going to take them to create one of the hats that you, when you're teaching them? Maybe if it takes you 6 hours, maybe it's going to take them about 20 hours, 18?
well, usually I have an 8 week class that I teach, and so I teach them one thing at a time, and we just go week by week. And I would say, it depends also how many embellishments they do, but yes, they can do it in 6 hours.
They can? Really?
Well, this is my yes,
This is incredible.
this is my showroom, and why don't I and show you?
We have a little shaky internet for some reason,
These
but maybe
are
because we're
all
moving. Oh, this is the workroom. And you mentioned something about the
yes.
wooden crown and brim blocks, and I've never seen that. So this is an opportunity for all of us and for myself to see what is a brim blocks and wooden crowns.
And they come in all different sizes and shapes, and
Oh,
they're made of different kinds of woods too.
how long time
And after
did you
this,
collect them?
when hats went down in favor after the six, all say that again.
How long
All
have
the
you have been
master,
collecting them? All those crowns and
yes,
the
I
wooden
have.
crowns for quite a long time probably.
I think years.
For takes years.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
all
believe
of
that.
it.
I
And some of
definitely
them
believe that.
come and they are in 5 pieces. So when you block the wool or the straw over it, and to get it off to take apart, and so that comes in 5 pieces, and they're a little bit more expensive. But it's a real expert artist that can make these blocks. Now I
Yes.
wanted
Oh,
to
that's
show you
great.
my beret here. One
Yes,
of the
let me see it.
things that berets.
Oh, those are the berets. Oh my goodness, they're just gorgeous. Oh, this is one for me. I can see my name, Parte. And the green one, very, very pretty. I know that you love berets because I've seen you many, many times with
And
them.
I
And
started putting my slinky beret.
mhm.
It's got a slinky on the top, and it says hello, goodbye.
Oh my, yes, that's very smart. That's very, very smart. Adorable. Do you have a particular type of hat that is always in demand? What sells the most? I hope that you can hear me. I think that in your
Let's go over
workroom,
to
I
my
can.
felt hats here, and I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
See the, see the felt hats? This is the Audrey Hepburn look. And this
Yes, I
is
love
one
it.
that people just love. This style looks good on everybody. I
How
hand
much is
felted
this
it.
one?
It's made out of llama fur. But this style just looks beautiful on everybody, and I would say a lot of women would for that.
Do you have different
Now,
colors?
one of the things I've had to learn to do is make embellishments because in all different colors, yes, uh-huh. This particular embellishment is made out of leather,
Hmm.
and when I went to stores, when I first started, I couldn't find what I was looking for. It was the wrong color. So I had to get really good at doing all kinds of embellishments and working with all kinds of trims and feathers and all of that. So I really enjoy that. And doing ribbon like this one here.
Oh, this is gorgeous. So when you started with the theater, the hats there didn't fit you
These
because
are
they were too big? I think that I have the same problem because usually
they
when
were
I
too tight on my head.
oh, too tight. Okay, yes, that's why you decided to create something. This, I think that most of the time, the creative people decide to do something because, for some reason, doesn't match for is not a good match for them or doesn't fit them, or so that's a reason for big entrepreneurship. So, and I wanted to see
I have
where do you
a
dye and
company and so the
size
hats don't
the
show in the.
hats?
Oh, come on, follow me. I'm going to take you into my dye room.
Yes, I that's just incredible boutique. Mhm.
This is
Jamás.
my where I dye my hats in here. I need a stove that dye, and I size my hats in here. And I spent a long time looking for a vintage stove. I found this 60-year-old GE stove, and I thought it
Where
gave
did
so
you
much
find this stove?
personality to my kitchen.
I love
But
it. You know, is I
I
love
found it on
vintage.
Craigslist.
Really? This is for the vintage for everyone who loves
Me
vintage
too.
things. They can see
Oh,
they, they can see that. I absolutely love it. Yes. I've seen Dita Von Teese had in her kitchen something similar. Was in green and was very unique. There is a delay in the for the internet, so
well, I
hopefully
found a place where I could have pictures.
oh, all of those are your creations, right?
I'm going to show you. Yes, uh-huh. I had a place that put them on the tiles for me.
Oh, that's so beautiful. It's very pretty. Oh, I love that one.
And I love it so much, I'm have more made.
Yes, you want to see them. This one is on your
Isn't
website. I
that
saw
cool?
it. And I really like the one that you have with the polka dot with
Well,
the
now
red.
I want to show you. Yes. Oh
Those are
my
the
gosh.
straw
Brown and
hats.
cat brown and the polka dots. Yeah.
Oh, this is the one.
Yeah.
I love that one.
It is.
It's just gorgeous.
Well, I like it. Well, now I'm going to show you my raffia collection. And raffia comes, I weave it. It's made out of the raffia here. And you can weave it a thin one or a thick one. And then you
Oh,
take the braid that you make and put it over the wood blocks. And voila, you'll have like this. And I like to
those are
use
my.
vintage trim. This is a vintage trim here and a vintage button that I put. And I just love all the different shapes. My whole idea of doing this is to show people that raffia is just not a garden hat. You can make anything out of it. So here I have a tricorn vintage trim on it. And then right now the trend is huge, big, big, big hats. And so here we have a big, big, big hat.
Did you hear
Yeah, this
everyone? The
one
trend is
was
big
made
hats.
to look like a top. And I did put some raffia there to show you how if you'd like to see that.
Oh, we like to see everything. Yes. This is very
Okay.
pretty.
Well, I love bows, and you have wonderful. And then before I wove it, I dyed it, and this trim I dyed a magenta.
What type of
This
dye do you use?
was
How do
part
you
of the that
I don't know if you can hear me, but what type of dye do you
I
use?
lost you. I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? It's okay. We have been having this issue
Dye?
with the internet. Do
Yes.
you what type of dye do you use?
Use an acid dye.
Something that is
Now, let me take you up here and show you this. When I do my plating, I do 5 strands. I do 5 different strands here. And what I did here is I put it all in colors.
oh, I
So
see.
when I'm going to start plating it for you, you can see it goes. So I've got 5 strands,
Mm-hmm.
and
Is
we'll make
like you're
sure that they're
braiding
all on the
here.
right. Here we go. Yes. I like to do 5 strands when I do it. See what I'm doing over here.
Is this from straw? That's a straw, huh?
Yes, this is all raffia. Isn't yes.
It's
And
fascinating.
so
Yes, I love
that's
those
what
type
I
of
call those hats.
style.
Can you see?
Very beautiful.
Um, would you like to see my bath?
Yes, I've heard about your bathroom
Let
that
me
is
take
a
you in the
Vogue
bathroom.
oriented and very fashionable. Everybody, is waiting for that because I've heard about it, and I think that is very fascinating. Did you feature it in some of your La Jolla files? Because I know that you write. Yes, this is very, very unique. Is this the covers of Vogue? All of
Well, I
them?
was saving up Vogue. Yes, they're all Vogue. Yes.
Oh,
One of them goes back to the 1800s.
are you serious?
I didn't realize that Vogue started in the 18. Yes.
1800s. Can
This
you
one
point for us which
says
one is from the 1800s?
18.
Oh, this is the one?
This is the one. Isn't it
I
black
really
and
want
white?
to take a picture.
Yes.
Oh, this is
Hmm.
incredible.
I think it's 1894.
1894? Where did you get them? Is obviously you've been collecting them,
It says
right?
90.
I think that that's very fascinating.
Yes.
That's just incredible because yeah, I
Well, it's
don't
more
know.
inspiring. You come in here.
Yes, yes, yes. Because some people, fashion is a very high profile art. So not everyone understands fashion the way you do. And in general, people in the fashion industry, they're just everyone in many people from this industry are their idols. So I think it's just not only intriguing but extremely fascinating. This is very
I
beautiful. Do you know
know.
how many do you
And then
have?
I love the older ones because they all
Yes, of course. The older ones
I
are.
use wallpaper paste. And oh, they're not real. The old ones aren't real. I copied them from PDFs, but all the new ones are new. They're actual Vogue covers.
Oh my goodness. That's such a great idea. I never thought about it, but I think it's just incredible. I'm seeing some of my favorite actresses. It's just fascinating. Great idea. How did you get to this idea?
I actually saw them done with Forbes,
Oh,
and I thought, oh my gosh, that looks good. It's got a magazine. It's not. So I went ahead and started collecting them, and voila. I had all my friends. They would give me the covers of them, and pretty soon I
oh,
had
and
enough to actually do it.
that such a great idea. I don't think that I can do
So I
something
wanted
like
to,
that,
I
but maybe
wanted to,
yes. Yes, go ahead.
sure you can, I'll help you.
Might take me
I
some
wanted
while.
to show you
A
my,
while.
my endeavor that
I like that
I,
you say that you can do it. You can do
during
it.
COVID, I had my hats in a showroom in, and I
I
thought,
couldn't
how in
hear
the
you.
heck am I gonna do
Mhm.
a photo shoot, with
Oh,
COVID? How am I going to do a photo shoot with COVID going on? So I had my hats in London sent to a model in Leeds, England, and she has all this photographic equipment, and she hooked it up to the photographer's computer, who was in another town in England, and she to him. So he was able to look at his computer and take all the shots and change all the f-stops and ISO and everything. And I'm here in San Diego. The three of us did a photo shoot. So I was so excited about this that I wrote an article about it called Remote Possibilities. And let me just show you this. It's so exciting. Here's the cover, and it was in white
oh, very nice.
card. And
You see creativity.
here is the model.
Hmm.
The photographer was not in the same town as she was, and I was in San Diego when we did this. And so I wrote a whole article about, this is thinking outside of the box with COVID. Well, what can you do to have a photo shoot where you don't?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but you did it. So obviously everybody can be inspired by that. I don't know if we still have you. The connection is not very good. Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so let's
here.
see
I'm
what
here. I
other
can
things I
see
can
you.
show you.
Just
Um, I was afraid that we lost connection for a second.
yes. I don't know.
Isn't that
Yes, this I we saw that, and this is like absolutely beautiful. I really love it. I wanted to ask you about the new book. You contributed in a new book, and I didn't read it yet, but I've heard that it's very, very nice. And your chapter was called "I Wear Many Hats." What did you talk about, and where can we find this book?
Oh, it's on Amazon. You can go on Amazon, either download it or get a hard copy. And also, I talked about I had a 20-year career in music, and I talked about how things changed and how I got into making. And so that was my chapter, how I wear my hats.
In music, did you play an instrument or you sang?
And many people don't know that I
I didn't know about it. That's why I got
yeah,
very
well, and
intrigued.
flute, yes. I also have a
I couldn't hear you.
I also have a degree in music too.
Oh, how interesting. But
But what
are
read
you
the
a
book and
composer?
you'll be
Okay, we're going to read the book and we'll find
yes,
out.
I compose too. Uh-huh.
Oh, very, very incredible. Um,
Well,
Also, I know, yes, go
I'm
ahead.
working on some
You're working on something?
I'm working on a piece right now, and so I'm hoping to have on music.
Oh, that's very nice. I wanted to ask you because usually I most of my guests they support particular charity. Which charity do you support? And maybe somebody can support your charity.
Oh, okay. Well, my charity would be International Independent Therapy Dogs Inc. INC. My dog is a therapy dog, and we have done that for 7 years. And we go out to hospitals and old folks' homes and schools. It's such a wonderful um, organization that helps so many people. And of course, like all organizations, they had trouble during COVID because they couldn't do a lot of work. And so if we want to support that, that would be great. You can do it so by and you can put in independent therapy dog in there. It says smart.amazon.com and then independent therapy dog. And so every time you buy something, a percentage of that would go to them.
That's
And
amazing.
I love what they do. They go out and we go out to the,
That's very nice. I have a
so
question.
I'm hoping things will get started again and they'll be able to.
Yes, when everything starts opening, we'll get more involved. My question is, I wanted to know, and our viewers and listeners, who are your favorite designers that you worked in the fashion industry? Because you mentioned a couple of people that you really loved, and you love the energy, you love the fashion shows that you did. And this is going to be my last question because, and I'm very, very happy that I had an opportunity to see you tonight. But who are your favorite designers that you worked with?
Well, I have to say my favorite that I've worked with is Xanda Rose. She's an international fashion designer. She's very famous for her textile designs, and she has lived in here in Swana Beach and then in London. She's actually from London, going back and forth. And I have worked with her for years, and it's just been such a joy and delight for me to, you know, coordinate my hats and her fashion shows at the Westgate Hotel every year. And of course, this year was the first year that she hasn't been able to do it. But I have to say, it's just a joy, and that was my favorite person to work with.
Oh, incredible. Yes, they're very, very famous people with incredible creations. And that's just a blessing and not only an opportunity because they had an opportunity to work with you as well, not you working with them, but as a collaboration. I think is just a great mixture. I would like to thank you very much for coming to my show tonight. We had trouble with the internet, but we had an opportunity to visually your creations and your beautiful not only heads but the head pieces and the process. And I love your bathroom. I love the Vogue bathroom. Thank you so much. How can we find you? What is your website?
It's
Just
my
if you can.
name, DianeCavagnaro.com.
Yes, everyone. So thank you so much. A big applause for Miss Diana Cavagnaro, and I'll contact you after the show. Thank you so much. I would like to thank my sponsors. The sponsors are Attorney King, Sequoia Casino and Resort, Indian Motorcycle of San Diego, the gym, and IB Fitness. I am Maryanne Parker, and thank you so much for coming to my show, Posh Overnight with the Princess. Have a good evening. Thank you.